Hi, this is Mike from thesubstream.com, and it is Christmas Day 2009. Merry Christmas. It's Friday, the 25th of December, which means some movies are coming out. We're going to tell you what to watch instead of Sherlock Holmes, directed by Guy Ritchie. This film's not awful. It's really kind of dumb. I talk more about this in a review that you can find elsewhere on our site. But they do their best to keep the heart of what makes Sherlock Holmes an interesting character in the film, which is his ability to put together a bunch of little clues in his brain, not talk about them as soon as he notices them, but wait till the final minute before revealing that he noticed that this stuff was on a desk, and this guy walked this way, and this other guy wore a hat, which means that Jeff killed Susan. Dun, 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 dun. They started a tradition in the golden age of detective writing, of writing these kind of drawing room mysteries. And while they don't have a great kind of history in Hollywood filmmaking, because Hollywood filmmaking's always preferred to make mystery movies about hard-boiled detectives, stories from guys like Raymond Chandler instead of Agatha Christie, you have to go to TV to watch the real cool British drawing room mysteries. So if you don't want to watch Sherlock Holmes, you want to watch something else instead, and you want to watch a real smart detective put together the frayed threads of a tapestry and weave them together into a mysterious revelation of the whole, go rent a couple seasons of Murder, She Wrote, starring Angela Lansbury. Holds up way better than you think it would. I know if you're like me, you probably got mad when you had to watch it when you were homesick because it was the only thing that was on TV on the Arts and Entertainment Channel 22, but it holds up better than you think. It's really neat. She's a great detective. She solves mysteries in really cool ways. But if you want to watch a movie instead, a movie version of this kind of mystery, the best it's ever probably been done by Hollywood is Murder on the Orient Express in 1974. It was directed by Sidney Lumet, and it was the first of a bunch followed up after by movies like The Mirror, Cracked, etc., to start this kind of idea of having giant cool ensemble casts in these cool ensemble murder mysteries. It stars Albert Finney as Hercule Poirot, the only time that he'd portray him, and it also stars Lauren Bacall, Sean Connery, Ingrid Bergman, Vanessa Redgrave. It also kicked off a parody film a couple of years later that's also totally worth watching, which is called Murder by Death, and it also has a really cool ensemble cast consisting of Peter Falk, Peter Sellers, Truman Capote, Maggie Smith, David Niven. That movie would go on to inspire Clue, which came out in the 80s, which you can also watch and also has a very funny ensemble cast and is based on a board game. But if you are committed to watching a Sherlock Holmes story, I'm going to go a little bit out of the box here and recommend what's my favorite interpretation of the Sherlock Holmes character, and recommend Young Sherlock Holmes. It was made in 1985, directed by everybody's favorite Barry Levinson, produced by Steven Spielberg, and written by Chris Columbus. A couple of all-stars here. It's about, of course, young Sherlock Holmes, and it's notable, not just for being pretty good and an interesting take on the Sherlock Holmes character, but also having the first ever all-CGI character, which is a really cool scene where this knight comes out of a stained glass window and walks around, and it's really scary. The effects for that knight were done by a guy named John Lasseter, who a couple years after that film would go on to work for Pixar and make movies like Toy Story, Toy Story 2, and Bug's Life, and he would executive produce basically almost everything Pixar's made after that. So if you're full of turkey, which I hope you are, unless you don't like turkey, in which case I hope you are not, stay at home, watch some Blu-rays on your brand new Blu-ray machine, your brand new giant TV that you got for Christmas from Santa Claus. Stay at home, and instead of watching Sherlock Holmes, watch Murder on the Orient Express instead. Merry Christmas!
The creepiest face.